Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is September now, and now that it is September, I can tell you what books I read in August. I still don't know how it's September. I feel like I say this every month, but I still don't know how time keeps doing that thing where it goes and goes and goes. I read 7 books in August. 7 of them. 7. That's an amount. Like, I'm really close to completing my Goodreads goal at the moment. Like, it's great. Anyway, so let's talk about the 7 books that I read in August. The first book I read is The Crown of Embers by Carson. It's the second Girl of Fire and Thorns book, and I gave it 4 stars. The first, 2/3 of it were kind of slow until, the plot happened. It was very much like a middle book where most of the book, not a whole lot happens, and then the end kind of sets up the third book. But it was still good to read. I really liked the romance in it. Like, the romance trope that's present in it is one of my favorites ever. So, and I gave that 4 stars, and of course the book I read after that was The Bitter Kingdom by Carson, which is the 3rd book in the trilogy. I also gave this book 4 stars. It was a very good conclusion, and overall I would give this series, this trilogy, 4 stars. I liked it a lot. I really did like it, but I didn't quite love it for some reason. I liked it a lot. A lot. I liked it. It's not my favorite, but I liked it. I feel bad, somehow as if 4 stars is so negative for me, but I really did like this series. The next book I read was A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, which is the second Shades of Magic book, and I gave that 5 stars. I loved it. It was a bit slower as well, because it's a middle book, but I didn't really care because I just love the characters, I love the world, and I just loved it. It could just go on forever. I just loved it. I loved it very much. It was great. I didn't care if it was kind of not that interesting even of plot, because it was just, I loved the characters and would read about them forever and ever and ever and ever. So of course I followed up that book with A Conjuring of Light, which I also gave 5 stars, and it was the first book that I read for the Reading Quest readathon that I'm still in the middle of. And this book devastated me, and it was also great. It was a very satisfying conclusion. It felt very wrapped up, this trilogy did. It's kind of hard to please me with endings, but I really did like the ending of this trilogy. It was a very satisfying conclusion, but just days ago, V.E. Schwab revealed that there will be a second trilogy set in this world, and I'm so excited about it. I am just so happy about that. Yes! Because I was really upset when I finished Conjuring of Light, because I knew that this was the last book in the series and that I wouldn't get any more, I wouldn't be able to read any more stuff in this world because it was the end of the series. But there's gonna be another series. There's gonna be another trilogy. So it was a very 5-star series for me. I loved this trilogy a lot. I want to own the hardbacks, right now. Not even just to read, just to have on a shelf, just because I loved it so much. I followed up that with Mask of Shadows by Linsey Miller, which was an e-arc that I received from NetGalley, and I did a review on this book, which I will link down below, but I gave it 3.5 stars. So after I read Mask of Shadows, the 6th book that I read this month was Nyxia, which was another e-arc from NetGalley, this time a science fiction one by Reingan, which I am finally pronouncing correctly, and I gave this book 4 stars. I really liked this book a lot. I really, really, really enjoyed this book. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than the Mask of Shadows. Both of them had a competition element, so it's easy for me to compare them, because I read one after the other. And I liked the competition aspect in Nyxia a lot better. Nyx would be a good name for Mama. Hi, Mama. So I gave this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. This book comes out September 12th, and I do recommend you pick it up. I will be doing a non-spoiler review for this as well. That won't come out. I won't do that till September 12th or so. So that is occurring in the future. So the last book that I completed in August was Camp Half-Blood Confidential by Riordan. Sort of a little guidebook that goes along with the Percy Jackson series. It was really short, and I gave it 5 stars because Percy Jackson and because it was pretty funny. And that was the last book that I completed in August, because I am still in the middle of the book that I started after that, which is Shadowfell by Juliet Merlier, and it is holding up my tripod. So for September, obviously the first thing that I want to read is Shadowfell, and then of course I'm still in the middle of the reading quest, so I still have like a lot of books to read for that. Shadowfell by Juliet Merlier, The Shattered World by Megan Spooner and Amy Kaufman I want to read this month as well, and This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I also want to read all the library books that have piled up over here, because I kept getting my mother library books for her to read that I also needed to read, because I thought that would be really efficient, but instead now I have a pile of library books that I need to read because I haven't read them yet. Anyway, that's pretty much my September TBR, is library books that I haven't read yet, and some other stuff to complete the reading quest, which ends September 10th, so only a little bit left of that. I'd say August was a pretty good reading month. I am almost at 30 books for the entire year, so I might get to up my goal to 50 books this year, so that would be pretty exciting, I would say. August was a good reading month. It was also a good month for like accomplishing things. I finished a few things this month that I never thought I would finish. Did things that I never thought I would do. It wasn't a great writing month, but it was a good reading month. And overall, it was an okay month. I turned 25 in August. That was nice. I hope you had a good August as well, and I hope you have a good September. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later.